college and universities presidents. We have experts and advocates and civic and business leaders, and I want to thank all of you for taking the time to be here today and for working every day to help young people pursue their education and build brighter futures for themselves and for our country. And I'd also like us to give a really big hand to Troy. That's pretty powerful stuff and presented so eloquently. I know yesterday I met Troy. He was nervous. I don't really know why you were nervous. You're pretty awesome. So, Troy's story reminds us all of the limitless capacity that lies within all of our young people, no matter where they come from or how much money they have. Troy is an example of why we all should care deeply about this issue. And Troy and millions of others like him are why I care so much about this issue, and why in the coming years I'm going to be spending more and more of my time focusing on education. Because as everyone here knows, education is the key to success for so many kids. And my goal specifically is to reach out directly to young people and encourage them to take charge of their futures and complete an education beyond high school. And I'm doing this because so often when we talk about education, we talk about our young people and what we need to do for them. We talk about the programs we need to create for them, about the resources we need to devote to them. But we must remember that education is a two-way bargain. And while there is so much more we must do for our kids, at the end of the day, as Troy described, the person who has the most say over whether or not a student succeeds is the student, him or herself. Ultimately, they are the ones sitting in that classroom. They're the ones who have to set goals for themselves and work hard to achieve those goals every single day. So my hope is that with this new effort, that instead of talking about our kids, we talk with our kids. I want to hear what's going on in their lives. I want to inspire them to step up and commit to their education so they can have opportunities they never even dreamed of. I'm doing this because that story of opportunity through education is the story of my life. And I want them to know that it can be their story too. But only if they devote themselves to continuing their education past high school. And for many students, that might mean attending a college or a university like the ones many of you represent. For others, it might mean choosing a community college. It might mean pursuing short-term professional training. But no matter what they do, I want to make sure that students believe that they have what it takes to succeed beyond high school. That's going to be my message to young people. But here's the thing. I know that that message alone isn't enough. Like I said, this is a two-way street, and that means we all have to step up. Because make no mistake about it, these kids are smart. They will notice if we're not holding up our end of the bargain. They will notice if we tell them about applying for college or financial aid, but then no one's there to help them choose the right school or fill out the right forms. They will notice if we tell them that they're good enough to graduate from college, but then no college asks them to apply. No college invites them to visit their campus. And so we've got to recommit ourselves to helping these kids pursue their education. And as you discussed in your first panel today, one of the first steps is getting more underserved young people onto college campuses. The fact is that right now we are missing out on so much potential because so many promising young people like Troy who have the talent it takes to succeed, simply don't believe that college can be a reality for them. Too many of them are falling through the cracks, and all of you know that all too well. And that's why so many of you are already finding new ways to reach out to the underserved students in your communities. You're helping them navigate the financial aid and college admissions process, and you're helping them find schools that match their abilities and interests.